All right. It's actually the first time I've slept in game for days. Hit a new milestone, so I want to show you what's going on. We're at Reputation 6 now, which allowed an upgrade in the body shop and stuff. And now we can hire our first employee. So to do that, you go to the computer, go to Employees, and then Employees again, and you pick from these 4. I'm going to start, last time I started with this guy, I'm going to start with this guy. He's brand new, and he'll be a little bit slow, but he's cheap. So I'm going to go with him. And so you hire, and back out, and then you go to Workstation, and you assign him to whatever workstation. So once that's done, employees show up at 8 a.m., but at this point in the game, you have to start budgeting. So you can see I have about $4,300 in the account now. I try to stay above $2,000 and up until about level 8 or 9, and then I try to stay above about 5. And the reason for that is because at this point you have to start paying bills. You see all these bills I got to pay? These haven't mattered up to this point, but now they will, because your employees' salaries will be included in that. And you can pay things individually. I should have shown you that. So on the purple buttons here, you can just pay the salaries and stuff if you don't have the money. But I tend to just pay all the bills every day. It's a little bit easier to track, and it's not usually that much. At the end, when you're in that final big shop, it's a lot more expensive. So I've got some cars piled up. Bought a truck and a couple of other cars. This one needs a ton of work. It's really rusty. So when our employee shows up at 8 o'clock, in one more minute, boom, he appears here. What you have to do is you have the car in place. You talk to him. Do I deal with this rusty pile boss? Yeah, you do. And then depending on how much work is involved, the time will range anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 or 4 minutes. And that's real time, not game time. So while he's working on that, this needs to be washed. This is washed and waxed and ready to go in there. And probably won't need very much. I don't think it has any rust on it. But I'll put it in there, and if it doesn't need anything, it'll instantly finish. And then this guy is going to need a little bit of work, but not too much. It's just got a little rust around some of those edges. So that's a milestone I wanted to show you, because at this point it's important in the game that you start paying attention to your money. Up to level 6 here, you can spend every cent you have and it really won't matter. As long as you have some cars to sell to make some money back, you're good to go. But now you kind of have to think about what your budget is, what kind of money you have to spend. I don't like to buy trucks because you have to clean out the bed. The SUV version of the truck is a lot easier because you can just climb on it and wash the roof instead. But anyway, to do the bed, you kind of have to find an angle for yourself and do it. And like this. And I usually do it last because you'll get to a point where it just finishes it off for you like that. And then the spray. But I don't like the trucks because it just looks too complicated. It looks like he's done with that. So after I finish this rinse, I'll go in and swap his cars. the goal with these here isn't to get everything off, it's to get just enough off that it finishes it for you and says you're close enough. That's kind of what I aim for. All done there, buddy? Cool. Let's pull this around and wash it. That'll be our next wash. And we'll take this guy in. I tend to sort of stage the vehicles like this so I know what's going where and when. Okay, so no matter what, they always have the "it's done, bossed," even if you've taken the car already. And then do this, and it's good to go. Don't need anything, so I'll pull it into the garage, and then I'll finish this truck and give it to him to do. I try to, so the overnight process when I have employees is to stage it so that when they come in, they have work to do pretty much immediately. Yeah. So I can maximize the employees. That guy over there is going to cost us about, I think it's 80 or 90 bucks a day. I think it's 80 because I think they just work an 8 hour. They come in at 8 and they leave usually at 5 p.m. But if you get them something to do at like 4:49, they'll stay until it's done. So, you can be like that kind of boss that takes advantage. But yeah, this is the point in the game where things start to get way less tedious and become a lot more about paying attention to the business side of things. How is this not done already? What I missed? Some stuff up there, the roof, of course. There we go. And then we'll polish. I will say when I first played the first couple of cars, I thought that the order that you did all of this work in mattered. So I would do body work before I would clean because I assumed that if you did body work after cleaning, you would have to clean again. And that's not true. It doesn't matter at all what order you do stuff in. But you just have to do each step. That's it. Alright. That. Pull it out and give it to him. This will be your last one for today, dude. You got a pretty easy day. Because I don't have any more cars. You can use the Y button as well, rather than the mouse. I just kind of use whatever is most convenient. Alright, let's finish this car because I also have realized that I haven't shown you a couple of other things. When you scan a car, it will tell you how many exhaust holes there are, so you don't have to look at it every single time. You can make sure that it needs it. You can see that I bought this for a little over 14 and it's already worth almost 18. So this was an expensive car, but it's totally going to be worth it. The more expensive the car, the more your profit is going to be. I usually try to get about maybe 40% as a minimum, but we'll see. So anyway, it does have an exhaust issue, so I'm going to quickly fix that. Find it. You don't have to paint the entire exhaust, you just have to get most of it and you'll find whatever you're looking for. So there's one. Okay, so there's probably one on this back side somewhere. No? There it is. Out of tape, I just bought a bunch. Man. Alright, Just take this car and get it. I bought a couple of other supplies while I was out. So I had candy and cigarettes, of course, but I also bought some. I bought a battery. I had to go to the junkyard as part of one of the quests. You get a free car going out there, and use this road. And so while I was there, I bought a couple of parts that were in okay condition, so that if I did get a non-operatable vehicle, I could probably get it going with the, oh, it's Sunday. Damn it. So a bunch of these shops aren't open on Sundays, and it's super annoying. So I guess I just won't fix the other one in this car. But I also did not show you, I mean, you probably seen me do it, but I don't think I talked about the odometer. So you get that really early in the game. It's one of the first things that Sam gives you. After the scan tool, you get it like almost immediately. And yeah, so you, whoop, I'm overshooting it. Uh-oh, I might have got the car stuck. Okay. But if you do get it stuck, use the backspace button to fix that. So I'm going to pull this back into the shop, and then I'll show you the OD tool. This is the used car dealer's best friend after Bondo. So you load up this, you go in, and then what I do is I start with the thousands right here. And then you just start running it, and you listen for the tick. So you hear the tick getting higher. Once it gets close to or into the yellow, I move over to the hundreds. And I go slow. Well, and then because when it finally jumps and says, nope, we're done, we're getting too far, it will jump to the end really fast. If it gets to the end down here, all the changes they'll reverse. So you won't gain anything. And then you can't do it again. But right now I've shaved off, I don't know what, because I forgot what it started with, but it's probably about 1,500 miles. Assuming those are miles. So we're done here, so we exit out of it. But that will have raised the value of the car. I should have scanned it and showed you the value and then done that. But fixing the exhaust leak and reversing the odometer, that's about $2,000 more. It's pretty close to $2,000. So that makes a big deal, a big difference. So it's worth knowing how to do that stuff. And I know that looked impressive, but it's super easy to do in this game because these cars are super slippery. Yeah, so anyway, this car is going to get listed and try to sell it and make some money so I can get some more cars. That's kind of how the game goes. It's the whole point. You buy, you fix, you sell. Oh, the paint booth. I forgot to show you that. Let's paint this truck. So the paint booth also comes with the shop upgrade. So when you do the body shop upgrade, you now get this paint. So it doesn't cost anything, and it doesn't necessarily improve the value. So I'll just show you this value of this right now is just shy of 10. So we go over here, hit this, choose a color, go with orange because it's my favorite. Paint it. It takes a few minutes depending. And then I think we have a car to wash. Yeah. So while we're waiting for that to, because the time shown on this is real time, not game time. So we've got to wait a full actual minute for that. Which in that amount of time we could probably wash and rinse this car. And then it'll be ready to go into the garage. This would have seen, I didn't look, but this would have seen a huge value improvement with the amount of body work it needed. so it's probably worth way more. This is a cheap car, so it didn't cost much to get in. And then when we're done with these, I'll go buy some more cars. I want to show you another little trick for picking up and hauling cars beyond just I showed you already how to, you can buy multiple cars and then you can just have one of them auto-delivered without having to go get it. Using the reset tool, I already showed you that. The timer on that is pretty finicky. It's like you don't get it. It'll say 2 minutes and it will take you way more than that to actually reset. So, alright, that's done, and I bet you this truck is done. Yep. So now it's painted. See, it's all beauty and orange. This is good for, I think I said that in the beginning part, this is good for keeping vehicles separate from one another. If you have multiples of the same model, just for your own keeping track, and then to visually keep your parking lot looking cool. So we'll get a couple photos here and call that good. And I don't think I have the shop open. I should probably do that. Yeah. So we'll list this one for sale and open the shop. Okay, so I think we could try to get 30 out of this, yeah. And always add the photos first. So see, the market value is just under 10. When I add the photos, that goes up. So you want to add the photos first and then base your price off of that. It's a little too much, so maybe 17. Call it 16.5. Yeah, that'll work. So post that one. All right. Yeah. So you wanna do that. I'll finish that car later. Let's buy a car so I can show you what I was talking about. I don't have very much money, so it'll have to be something cheap. There may not be anything that cheap. I need something under $3,000. What do we got? This is probably a heap. Oh, it's more than I have. So I need something that is a total heap. There we go. Visuals poor, but it's drivable. All right, so we'll schedule that. We'll see how far away it is. It's a little ways off, so we run through. Need my truck and dolly. Now that I have the paint booth, I might change the color of this. The last dealership, all my shop vehicles were black. I might do something different this time. Maybe everything should be orange. I don't know. Anyway, let's go get this car. Let's go over. Just GTA through town a little bit. Traffic rules. Schmaffic rules. Don't care. Alright. Alright, so watch how I park. Oops, I went too far, but yeah, just kind of position yourself like this. Drop the ramps, get out of the car. If the car is operable, then you can pull it on there instead of trying to back that to it. That's basically what I'm showing you. So let's see, what's it got? A bunch of exhaust holes, some stuff that's not in great shape, needs a lot of body work. It's worth $2,100, $2,150. So she wants $1,800. So we're already in the black, so I'm going to offer 1,000. Nope, she didn't like that number. Let's try 1,300. See what she says. There we go. Dropping that price. Let's go with 1,400. I'm going to give her some candy. So with those gifts, you give women candy and men cigarettes. That's a little sexist, but that's how way it works. So I'll try 1,450 and see if she brings it down. Brought it down a little bit. The cool thing is that the candy and cigarettes are cheap, but so they don't really cost you that much. It cost me less than $1 to do that, to get her to go down that 50 or 60 bucks. So there you go. You see how I just pulled it on there and it was done? That was cool. So that was easy. Another thing that I do is I might buy multiples and then I'll just pull the car out to the curb facing the street so that I remember that's the car I bought, and then I can come back around, and then on the mini map all the cars that you own, they're the green dots. So you see those green dots over on the right on your mini map. That's the vehicles you own, so you can use the map to find, also to locate what you bought. If you go out and do a kind of a spending spree and then start towing back, I do that a lot where I'll have like 5 or 6 cars lined up to go negotiate and buy, and then I'll take the truck or whatever, and I'll go and buy them all, and then I'll just tow the last one that I bought, or the last 2 if I had the double set up. Alright, that should cover that. And just pull this around the park. There's a good spot right here. Jump. Alright, let's have him get started on that. So, okay. Yes, get working on this pile. So you see it's going to take a little bit longer than the last one did because there's a lot more work to do. So, yeah. That's where we're at. That's kind of what I wanted to show you so far. This is another milestone in the game, so I thought it was important to show. And then we'll come back when I get us up to level 7. And then you'll see another milestone that I don't remember what it is, but I remember it being important. And it's a reputation level 7 is important on the game itself. You see it's the next major goal. What have I missed on this? Did I skip a whole side or something? I just didn't spray. Yeah, so it's a major milestone in the game, and I believe that's the point where we can upgrade the mechanic shop and have a paid mechanic, which gets rid of the next tedious thing. And now you've already seen there's different cars available. That happens every level. It adds a model or 2, so now I'm up in there's models of car I can get that are 20 something instead of 3 or 4 at most. So I've been hurrying this too much, so I'm missing big sections of the car. But anyway, alright. That's just done on this. I'll come back. Okay. Hasn't been that long in gameplay in terms of time. I spent less than an hour, collected a bunch of vehicles. So these 2 are not drivable, broken down. That one is also not drivable, broken down. This one needs some body work and cleanup. And then that one back there, I did a full wash and everything on. It needs a tiny bit of body work. And that's it, it's running. So I need to run over to the shop. I went through and scanned all of the broken vehicles and listed their parts. Made a list of their parts. I gotta go buy that stuff. Also, the reason I logged in, or the reason I started up a recording right now, is because I logged out of the game to go do real life stuff like, you know, take a shower and wash dishes, take care of my chickens and whatnot, and there was a patch. So today's patch released. It added a license plate fix. So you can buy a kit to fix license plates now so they don't look grungy compared to the rest of the car. And a couple other little smaller fixes. You can now edit listings. So if that car hasn't sold, we will look at that when we get back to the shop. So let me run in and fill my list. Ciao. Alright, I need a brake caliper. I'll get one of these. What else? Exhaust manifold. Let's see. Shock absorbers. So we need both sides. I need a shock absorber. Looks like right rear, and shock absorber front. Right front. Yeah. And then I need a bunch of brake discs and a catalytic converter and some tape. I'm going to get a couple of these. Oh, I hope I still have some inventory space. Damn. I really wanted a plate repair kit to try that. Let's sell one of these. Sell something back. What do I got? Why do we have so many cigarettes? I'm gonna sell one of the cigarettes because I don't need that bad. I'm gonna sell a couple of them actually. Alright. Now I can get one of those. Nice. Enough for one car. That's expensive. Let's see how much value it adds. Anyway. Alright. Get back in. Head back. My boy should be there ready to do some body work now. I got a nice first of the day coffee break, it looks like. Okay. So we need this staged over here to move these inoperable cars. So we do that. And now let's get him working on this car. And we'll go mechanic the other car. So this one needs, everything is underneath. So this needs a catalytic converter. So you can see not installed. That's a 100% need that. I don't think I bought the tailpipe. I'm mostly just bringing things up to speed. This is the one that I got the brakes for as well. And maybe the shock absorber. So I'm going to go ahead and close this one up and make sure I don't use up parts that I need for these. This one needs the manifold, brake disc, and shock absorber. So I won't use any of that on the other one. Extra parts are extra parts. This one needs a caliper. Okay. I can't remember. I think you can use this as your storage. Yeah. So I can come in here and you can open up and grab your stuff and store it. So I'm going to go ahead and store that and that, because when we upgrade, we'll get the refurbished machine, and then I can fix those. And then when we do get that, I'll also make sure to record to show you how to maximize some of that, like how to maximize your parts, having plenty of parts on hand. All right, so let's install this catalytic converter really quick. I think that's all you have to do. I don't think you need to wrench it in place. Oh, I didn't do it. Well, that didn't help. Why isn't it letting me install it? I need the bolts, like, there we go. And I don't think we have to wrench it. I think we're done. And then, I don't think this is this car. Oh, it is. Well, this one's definitely running now, so I'm going to call it good. Now, I'm wondering... Yeah, so it went up pretty decent, I think. Look, I think you have to do the plates in the body shop. So, pull this up. Let's maybe do the plates on this car. No. You don't do it in here? I assume we do it in here. Maybe you don't do it inside anywhere. This is... I just smacked the hell out of that car. Let's try it from outside everything and see. Nope, it's not in here. I forgot to do the odometer on this though. Weird, I can't, those plates are brand new looking. It's weird. Shouldn't take very long because there wasn't very much wrong with it. Alright, let's go talk to this customer. We'll edit a listing on another one. I should have done that first, didn't think about it. Wish I could figure out how to do the plates. Okay. 20... So I'll put her at 33,500. Trying to get her to talk up. Come on. You can go higher than that. This is pretty ridiculous.
Okay, I agree.
Okay. Still low above market. Okay, he's done. I'm gonna pull this one in and do a tune-up real quick, and then get those other cars operating. See what it needs. I think it's in good shape. Oh, the muffler's not great. Shock absorber's garbage. But the whole thing's running, so... Let's list this car and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to list it at 30. Not quite enough. Try 35. It's pretty good. Now I can, look at that, you can edit. And I can say 34,500 or 33. Oh, it starts you completely over though. Okay. So that's interesting to know. Okay. But it works. So that's cool. Alright, now let's get out here and get some cars done. Wish I could edit the plates. I just don't know how to do it. Scanner, flashlight, Odo. None of it. To see what it's... I may have to go Google it. The thing didn't say the whatchamacallit. Patch notes didn't say how to do it, just said that they added it. So, but it's cool there's a listing thing, because I have finger fudged listings before and put them at way too high or way too low and needed to fix it, or, you know, whatever. Or didn't have full photo coverage and didn't realize it until the listing. Oh, it's the roof. Fun fact, you can jump on top of the cars when you're cleaning them. You're here to buy that car. Be done. Alright, let's put this in the body shop and go talk to that customer. Here you go, bruh. See what she'll get for this car. Yeah, well, I may not come to agreement, lady. I think we're getting pretty close. Let's see if I can get you to boost it. That's better. Alright, you can have it.
Great job!
kind of drifted through there, didn't I? Alright, get it in here. Oops. Okay, I don't remember if it had no exhaust holes, so we just need to install a manifold, right rear disc, and right rear shock. So that's easy. Okay. And then right rear. So take these off. I did it out of order. Live. It's not part of the game anyway, it's just habit to do lug nuts in a clockwise or star pattern. And there we go. I think that was it. So this should be operating now. So good to go. We'll take this over to the body shop. So let's get this out of here. So we'll go in the garage. It's gonna go in here. I wish I could figure out how to do the plates. No, I haven't looked at my inventory. I still have it. Okay. Interesting. It's pretty good. Just need to do the odometer. Oh, I've already done that too. Alright. This one is ready for the sales lot. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Just hit the hover over it and it did it. Cool. It was worth $97.96, I think. I don't think it's updated, but let's see. It might have already updated. Yeah, damn. I didn't get to see what it added to the car. That was dumb. So I'm going to have to do another one to do that. Anyway, I'll let you know. Because this stuff's going to be... Well, we might hit level 7 pretty quick. So I'll leave it running, but on fast forward, I might have already done that because, you know, this has been pretty tedious.
That's it. More space means more rides for sale. Now you just gotta fill it up. Chop, chop, time to play. Crap, not for this crap, buddy. All right, partner. That's a good deal. 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 Right. Okay, okay.
Good job, good job. Yeah, yeah, yeah.